Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, tonight's episode, we have the Friday night press conference. It's combined with the Thursday night press conference. We're also going to combine it with another team change because sometimes you have opportunity. Opportunity arises when opposition teams aren't doing so well, especially when there's players that you don't have, and a lot of people do have, that haven't done so well. So now it's time to go for the kill. Okay, just coming down. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make a team change. We're going to try to fly up the rankings now. We're going to take our opportunity, see if it works. Okay, I'll explain that in a minute. Just coming down. Let's continue with Thursday night's game first. Now, on Thursday night, Sydney Swans against St Kilda. It wasn't a memorable match. Well, the first half, I don't know if I was watching an under-19s game or a juniors, a 10-year-olds game. It was so bad. The skills were shocking, but the interest was our players in Supercoach, so they kept it interesting. Let's go up to some of the scores now. Now, in Sydney, Chad Warner, he's having a bit of a good second half of the year now, or even the last probably 10 games or 6 games. 107, he's been doing not too bad lately. Now, who else is here of interest? Because there's not many on Sydney that have scored, but only 3 players went up above 100s. The rest under 80s. Who is there of interest? Well, Jake Lloyd, 74. He got smashed with the arrival of Rampy. Rampy coming in has pushed Lloyd onto the wing. And then, if that's not bad enough, it's also pushed Goulden into the forward pocket. So Rampy's doing the same thing what Aaron Hall is doing for North Melbourne. He's ruined 2 plays in 1 hit. Now, Lloyd was high on everyone's radar. A lot of people would have got him in. And for the right reasons too. He was in good form, had a good role. He went onto the wing, but luckily, in the last quarter, he went back onto the back line because we had an injury. Nick Blakey, we thought it was concussion. It's not. It's a foot injury. He'll be back, which means that Lloyd most likely go back on the wing again. We'll see what happens. See what the horse does. The horse is like Bevo, the same thing. Now, speaking of Goulden, he scored a 62. Went at 50%. Very unusual for the Goulden. He had a shocker. Only 16 touches. He normally gets that in 1 quarter. So, played a lot in the forward pocket. Very disappointing. Now, is there anyone else in Sydney that is of interest? Probably not. That's about it. Now, let's move over to St Kilda, where all the interest is. Now, Sinclair, he's like a yo-yo. Okay, 1 week it's a 150. Next week it's a 60. Then it's a 150 or a 130. Then it's another 80. He's up and there like a yo-yo. Well, luckily the yo-yo went our way this week. 125. Rowan Marshall, a lot of people VC'd him for the right reason. He was up against, where is he? Hickey. Okay, scored a 119. He was on 125. People were going to take that score. They couldn't because it got scaled down to 119. They went for English. It would have worse, just coming down. Anyway, Rowan Marshall, 119. Now, Jack Steele had a 50-point quarter. Okay, 50 points in 1 quarter. 35 points in 3 quarters. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's not the same man. He's not Superman no more. He's become Batman now, just coming down, or maybe even Robin. Anyway, it's not Superman. 85. I was going to actually get him, and I chose to get Harry Himmelberg instead. And I'm probably not even going to get Himmelberg now, because I've got new plans. I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, he's got an 85. Is there anyone else of interest? Well, Win Hager, he actually looked good, all right. He only scored 42, had 15 disposals, 66 DT points. He actually looked not bad. His points don't show how good he was. Well, 53% disposal efficiency does. But if his name was somebody else, which we won't mention, okay, he would have got 100s, easy. Anyway, yeah, that's it. A Wood, 64. There wasn't much more else here. Is there anyone else here of interest? I don't think so. Let's move over to the big game, okay, which was tonight's game. It was incredible. Now, my boy Libba, he's on 139 again. I mean, Libba is a Jet, okay? I said at the start of the year I'm going to pick up Libba. I didn't. And I'm regretting it so much. 139 is just a Jets. The Bont, 125. He's one of those players that's been teasing us with scores. Let me show you some of his scores this year. It's just teasing us. I'll show you. Well, the last, how many weeks? It's a 113, 124, 112, 112, a big week, 164, then a 122. So he's had a lot of 1. He's only had really 3 games that you can actually call him as a captain, okay? Even a proper vice captain. 3 games, that's it. It seems like a lot more, but it's not. Out of 12, only 3 games above 130. Actually, 3 games above 126. So it actually has 13 games. 13 games, only 3 scores above 126. It is actually quite disappointing. I thought it was a lot better than this. Anyway, let's continue. Now, Caleb Daniel, he's gone nuts lately. He's got a 125. He's on fire. I don't think many people own him. But if you do, you're doing well. Jack McRae, 120. That's not bad. He was going really bad at one stage. So he must have picked up. 120 is not bad. Tim English, 99. Very lucky to get 99, to be honest. He was on 0 at quarter time. And 99, he got lucky because Port Adelaide Ruckman, they switched. Because Lysette didn't go on the bench at the same time as English. Lysette stayed on a bit longer, which meant that when Lysette went onto the bench, Finlayson was the ruck. So that's where English got a lot of his points against Finlayson. Plus, he took in the last quarter, virtually, he went nuts. Scored a 50-point last quarter, virtually. Now, Dale, 89. It's okay, but the owners were expecting a lot more than 89. Who else is here? Supercoach relevance. That's it. Oh, well, Oscar Baker, if you had him, scored an 11. It was a sub. So he'd probably lose you about 20k now. Now, going over to Port Adelaide. Zach Butters, he's a Jet, okay? So is Rosie. They're both Jets. I wish I owned both of them. Instead of picking up Coniglios, I wish I picked up Butters, but I didn't. I picked up Coniglios. Now, Ollie Wines, 92. That's not bad. That's actually good for him. But he's one of those 90s players, so he's not going to. He's your M8, but he's going to give you those 80s and 90s, maybe the odd 100. But he's not the old Wines that used to score the 130s. That man's gone. It's the new Wines. Now, Lysette and Forget had a big game. 43 hitouts against 20, and the 20 that English got, probably 10 were against Finlayson. Now, the Horny Man scored 72. He didn't do much this week. And then Houston, people would have got him in. Scored a 47. They'd be tearing their hairs right now, pulling their hairs out. Now, Houston, 47. They'd be so upset, the new owners. Now, if you got Sin, he got subbed out, 21. He's not gonna play full games for long. He was okay, but just okay. Anyway, we're gonna make some changes to our team. Let me show you why. I'm looking at the current rankings and projections. I'm projected 2093 against good opponents, 2025. 2092 there. No Second Prize is a good player. And so you can see the projections. I mean, you got the odd 2100s. But it's a good week to have a good score, okay? Because a lot of people might have captained English this week. So I'm going to now make some changes. Now, let's go to our team. My team here. Now, with these changes, it also means one thing, and it's a big thing. It means I'm not getting Clayton Oliver, okay? So that's big news. However, his replacement is going to play 2 extra games than him. So Clayton Oliver's not playing this week or next week. So the replacement I'm going to give for Oliver is going to be Brayshaw. Okay, now if you're unsure of how to undo your trades, now Himmelberg I really wanted to get in this week, but I just want to get Brayshaw because he's playing against Richmond. He's going to go nuts. We saw what Merritt did against Richmond, and Brayshaw is a similar play to Merritt's. I think Brayshaw is going to go crazy. Now, if you want to undo trades, okay, you can't. You don't have. There's no button here which says undo trades. You press yes, so there isn't. So what you can do is you got to take them out one at a time. All right, so let's say Himmelberg update trade. We'll take him out. Okay, then we have to bring back Cowan in. Okay, so Carlton, let's do it manually. So Carlton, Cowan. Okay, well, Cowan's not playing, so we're going to bring him back in. And then we complete the trade. All right. Now, the other trades I'm happy with, so I'm not going to undo it. So, for example, if you have 2 trades, Neil, Zeeble to Neil, and Day to Fife. We're going to keep those trades, all right? Now, we'll cancel that. So, the trade we're going to do this week, all right, is we're going to trade out Mitchell. Okay, Mitchell's going to make more money, I know. Okay, you make 20 more K, but it's okay, I don't need it. Okay, Mitchell's going to go out, and we've got 675K. We could bring in anyone. All right, but I'm going to bring in a player that has around 12 buy, and it's going to be, where is he? Brayshaw. Okay, I'm going to bring in Brayshaw and complete the trade. Now, what this is going to do is also going to allow me to have a player that's going to play the round 14 buy and the round 15 buy. So he's going to cover both the buys, whereas when I had Himmelberg, he was only going to cover round 14, so I'll get Brayshaw, cover them both. I'll pick up Himmelberg later on in round 16. Just coming down. Now, if we're going to have VC, let's have a look here. Now, when are they playing? Okay, Laird plays the early game, 4:35. So Laird's VC. I'm going to make captain on Brayshaw, straight up, captain on Brayshaw. Our projection goes up to 21.94. Okay, I'm happy with that. And so it just boosts up. I mean, Brayshaw needs to score 145 to get this score. Okay, but I think he will. I think he'll do it comfortably against Richmond. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's continue. For the round 14 bye, all right, put it up here. Now we're only going to be missing 5 players. So if we can probably trade out Cowan for a rookie, we're going to find one that's playing for a 102K rookie. We'll put him on. We'll have a full team. So round 14 is now covered. And for the round 15 bye, how's round 15 going? Okay, we're going to bring in Dawson here. So Dawson comes where Bont is. So we're missing 2 here. Gawn covers that. Okay, so we're missing 2. We're missing 6 players. However, Ford and Briggs out. We'll bring in 2 extra players, which will cover. So we'll have 2 more coming in. So we'll be just right. Okay, so just coming down. Actually, we'll probably be missing 1. Doesn't matter. We're going to be 1 short. But around 15, everyone's struggling, so it's okay. We can handle that. Anyway, let's continue. Now, the reason I'm picking Brayshaw over Oliver now is because Brayshaw is going to play 12 games. Oliver's going to play 10 games, okay? Now, plus I've got 2 bye rounds covered with Brayshaw. Now, Brayshaw is going to save me, about 70, 80K? Or I think it's about 70K I save from Brayshaw. That 70K I can use to build my team. Now, Brayshaw, if it was to average 110, and I think 110 is being realistic. What's his average now? Well, his recent average is actually quite good. It's about 120. But let's give him a 110. His injuries are over. At 110, how many points is he going to score? Let's have a look. How many points? Let's get the calculator out. Where's the calculator? Okay, calculator. There we go. Okay, 110 times 12 equals, that's 1,320 points. Okay, that's for Brayshaw over 12 games. Now, let's say Oliver, from his 10 games, averages 130. Okay, and I'm being very generous. Okay, 130. He could average 125. Let's just say 130 from 10 games. He's going to score us 1,300 points. So I'm gaining an extra 20 points from Brayshaw. Plus, I'm also grabbing 70k cash. Brayshaw it is. I can't go Oliver now because I've only got 10 games left. I'll take the 12 games from Brayshaw. Just coming down. Okay, so we're going to use logic with this one now. And again, I'm being very, Brayshaw, very conservative for 110, and Oliver, very generous for 130. These figures could be very different. We'll see at the end of the year if it was a good move or a bad move. We'll find out. But no more Oliver for us. Oliver's future at Abs Magic this year is all his dreams to play for us is finished. He's not playing in Apes Magic. It's going to be Brayshaw. Now, that's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.